Staff and students of UTECH protest demanding justice for Anisa Dilworth, another shark attack at beach in St. Thomas. This is Undiluted News. Mikey Bones reporting. The Jamaica Labour Party has resumed its process of choosing its representative for the St. Andrew North Central seat in the upcoming parliamentary general elections. At the party's central executive meeting on Sunday, it was disclosed that Christian Tavares Finson and Delano Saveright had withdrawn their application to be the party's candidate for the constituency. 82-year-old Carl Samuda, the current MP who has held the seat since 1980, said he would not be running for re-election, leaving that seat up for grabs. Meanwhile, scores of students and staff at the University of Technology staged a protest yesterday morning demanding justice for Anisa Dilworth, the first-year pharmaceutical technology student who hails from Montego Bay in St. James, has been missing for nearly 2 weeks. Skeletal remains believed to be hers were discovered on Saturday. Police reports are that about 11:30 a.m. they were alerted to the discovery of human skeletal remains on a beach in Portmore in St. Catherine and went to investigate. While formal identification is awaiting results from forensic analysis, the investigators believe that the remains belong to Anisha based on evidence found at the scene. Her father, Everton Dilworth, who was among protesters Monday morning, said he had a close bond with his only daughter. Mr. Dilworth said they would communicate at least 3 times per day. The father of three said he knew something was wrong on the evening of May 6 when calls to her cell phone went unanswered. Investigators are now continuing to question the suspects who is held in connection with disappearance of the UTECH students. The InDrive taxi operator was taken into police custody over a week ago for questioning. The St. Andrew businessman Robert Bell, who was accused of attacking a nurse on Tuesday of last week, has been ordered to stay in custody until Thursday by a parish court judge. Last week, the judge was asked by the police high command to keep him in custody while they complete their investigations. According to his attorney Christopher Townsend, he anticipates receiving a court date for his client on Thursday. The 65-year-old businessman was accused of multiple offenses over the weekend. The police had reported that on May 13 about 7 p.m., the nurse was driving to work when her vehicle's path was blocked by a car driven by Mr. Bell. A dispute ensued between the nurse and Mr. Bell, during which she was physically assaulted multiple times, including with a gun. Video footage of the dispute showed the businessman throwing the nurse to the ground and stepping on her head. Bell was arrested on Wednesday of last week and remains in custody. Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang had said the recent heinous acts of violence committed against women and girls are deeply troubling and have shaken the moral conscience of our society. He said it is especially troubling that these attacks are happening during Child Month, a time set aside to focus on the safety, well-being and future of the nation's children. Dr. Chang has sought to reassure family members of the victims that the government remains steadfast in its commitment to the safety and security of women and girls, and by extension, all children of the island. He said the perpetrators will be brought to justice. A second fisherman has been attacked by a shark in the space of a week in St. Thomas. The fisherman, who was reportedly bitten on his hand and feet in the incident on Saturday afternoon, was treated at the Princess Margaret Hospital and released. And it's reported that the fisherman was among a group from the Rocky Point fishing beach who went fishing off Marant Point. About 2 p.m., the fisherman drove into the sea and was attacked by a shark. The other fishermen saw what was happening. They managed to scare off the shark and pull the injured man from the water. In the first incident on May 10, 43-year-old Rihanna Reed of Duckensfield in the parish died 2 days after he was bitten all over his body while spearfishing at the Holland Bay Fishing Beach. On to sports, title favorites Mount Pleasant FA and Cavaliers march into the final of the Ray and Neville Jamaica Premier League with wins over Montego Bay United and Arnett Gardens FC respectively in the semi-final, which concluded on Sunday with the second leg. This will be the third consecutive year Cavalier and Mount Pleasant will be contesting the final, with Mount Pleasant winning in 2023 and Cavalier winning in 2024. In the current race at Sabina Park, Mount Pleasant and Montego Bay United drew 1-1 in a pulsating encounter, with Mount Pleasant advancing 2-1 on aggregate, having won the first leg 1-0 at Catherine Hall on Friday. Mount Pleasant's 16-year-old Haitian Franco Celestine produced a moment of magic, giving them a 38-minute lead and a 2-goal cushion. Celestine slipped the ball through the legs of Darnell Harsdale, and from an acute angle, he somehow found space also through the legs of goalkeeper Davani Burton. The prolific Brian Brown replied for Montego Bay United, slotting home in the 62nd minute. Montego Bay United then turned up the intensity as they hunted that crucial second goal. Both teams got chances to score late on, but Mount Pleasant, led by national defender Sule Makala, held firm for victory. And in the second game, Cavalier defeated Arnett Gardens 1-0, courtesy of a Jalmaro Calvin strike in the 59th minute, and won 2-1 on aggregate as well. And the clash now is going to be between Cavaliers and Mount Pleasant for the final, while Arnett Gardens and Montego Bay United will play off for third place. And that's going to be news and sports on your favorite radio station. My name is Mikey Bones. I gone.